is indeed time for the Call Flo Radio Show. Your time right now, it is 8:08, and we are broadcasting live from the Francis E. Wood studio in downtown Farmville. Good Monday morning to you. No massage this morning, and we do have some special guests in the studio today. We have Justine Young and Dr. Maria Almond, and they both worked at the RAM clinic here that just happened, I believe, back in March. So we just want to give them a nice welcome to coming to the studio today. And how are you guys doing this morning?
We're doing great.
Great to hear. Great to hear. Now, hey, good morning, Justine. How are you doing? And if I could ask you guys to move the mic a little bit closer, if that's okay. Sorry, I should have mentioned that beforehand.
We should know by now.
Oh no, it's okay. Well, guys, how did the RAM clinic go?
Oh, it was so much fun.
Fantastic.
And incredible to see. And I would say like really needed for our community at this point in time.
Yeah.
It was just as much work as we put into it, which were long days, 12-hour days,
Wow.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with a couple volunteers hosting the overnight.
Mm-hmm.
We all felt really rejuvenated at the end of it because it was exciting to see neighbors helping neighbors. It was exciting to see our community come together and all of this roll out into fruition. And I would say this RAM puts together an incredibly professional event, and it is amazing to see them roll in, set up a whole clinic, 20 dental stations, all of the work that goes into that, the medical area, and their computerized registration system, and all of the volunteers that came in. We had over 400 volunteers throughout the weekend, and it was fun and energizing.
Wow.
It was really amazing. I think, I've done medical missions overseas with several different groups, and I've done them with the Army in very needy places. And I have never seen anything put together as well as this was.
Wow.
I was super impressed by the efficiency of the RAM people. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And then it was so wonderful to actually talk to people. For example, there was a woman there who probably was in her 50s, had never seen an eye doctor, had never had glasses. She left with a brand new pair of glasses.
That is so nice.
Yeah, it was just to see those kinds of things, or to see an entire family come, all of them needing something, whether it was dental or medical or vision, to see the parents and the kids all get what they needed at the same time. It was really rewarding, I think, for everyone there.
Yeah. And then, so you had a lot of volunteers, obviously a lot of help. Do you guys have a rough number of how many people participated in the RAM clinic?
It was 283.
Wow, that is nice.
Yeah.
And
So-
some of them got multiple services, so
That's
a lot
great.
of services provided there. Yes.
And as Justine was saying, I was really impressed to see the number of families that came in. 16% of those we saw were children.
Yeah.
So that's 45 kids coming into the clinic. And they often say we don't see a lot of kids, but these were kids who got their dental cleanings, who got a quick medical checkup, who got the glasses because they had been tested in school, and then came out and got a new pair of glasses.
Sure.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah.
One of the things I found very interesting, I guess, was what happened over the weekend. So on Saturday, it was a little bit slow to get going. Then it started picking up, and we started having lines and people, but we were still moving pretty quickly. But quite honestly, we had hoped to have more people on Saturday. But then what happened Sunday morning was that now word had gotten around that you truly could come and get eyeglasses, get cavities filled, get dental repair work done. And as that word spread like crazy, I got a number of phone calls Saturday night and text messages from people, and I told them, get there early Sunday. You're going to have to be there earlier. You won't get seen, because it was a first come, first serve. And on Sunday, we only ran half a day, and it got slammed on Sunday, unfortunately, and some people did not get to be seen that we had hoped we would be able to see. And all I can say about that is, when this RAM event is done again, and I know that we are hoping to do it again, hopefully people will know to come on out on Saturday when we're there all day and take advantage of all these wonderful services.
Especially since the word of mouth is out now and people will
Yes.
know it's like, hey, you can come to this and get work done. It's,
It was a first-time event for this region, and I think people here are always very hesitant with something they're not familiar with. And I know that a number of people I spoke to really didn't understand that anybody could come and be seen, and they really didn't understand they would walk away with solid medical care or dental care or vision care. They just didn't really comprehend that there would be medications provided, that there would be eyeglasses provided, that they would really get something accomplished coming out that day. And now that a few people have seen that, I expect we would see double or triple the next time we do this event.
Additionally, free can sometimes come with
caveats or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. What are you asking of me? And truly, nothing was asked of anyone.
What paper
Not
do I
even
have to sign?
Exactly.
What documents do I have to bring? No ID required.
No
No
ID was
insurance required. So it really is just anybody can come
Anybody.
by. That is a really great service that you guys provide.
Yeah. And it was amazing. I mean, we really were very accessible as well. Being in a school, anyone could come in. We had a gentleman who walked
Great
in.
location.
We had translators on site, interpreters, also for those who are hard of hearing or deaf. So really just a wealth of resources to make everyone feel welcome, which is great.
And then, because in doing this, and I did do a lot of work raising funding to do the event, and so I knew that I'd be going back to some of the county boards of supervisors and organizations and explaining to them how this went. And I was talking to Kim Falconberry, who was the RAM person in charge, I guess, at our event, and I was talking about the vision and the glasses, and what kind of glasses did they get? Because I was thinking about the military glasses that are not very attractive, you automatically get. And she said, oh, no, I got mine done at a RAM event. And, her glasses were really cute. So then she said, well, you should go back and get a pair of glasses. And I thought, well, that would be a great way for me to explain to people or show them something physical.
Yeah.
And so I went in to go through the process. So I went back, I got in line. I went through the line to see the eye doctor. I got my vision checked. I got the prescription. Then I went and picked out my glasses, and they gave me a number and said, come back in 1 hour and you will have your glasses. And sure enough, I came back in an hour and I walked away with a pair of glasses.
Are those the glasses you're wearing right now?
No, they're not. I should have put them on.
No, it's okay.
Now, the glasses aren't going to have all the bells and whistles maybe of yours, but when they're free.
Yeah, take it. Yeah,
they're good glasses.
Absolutely.
And I had some really cute frames I was able to pick out. They had really nice frames.
Nice.
So anyone concerned about that, but again, it was free, and my vision had changed since the last check. So yes,
that's very exciting. Well, let me ask you. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but I believe you guys hinted at doing a RAM event part 2. And so, do you guys have an idea of when you might try to go down that endeavor?
We are not sure. I'll say this, that Cumberland Public Schools, they were so on board. Chip Jones walked around that day with Jeff Dingledine, and by the end of the very first day, they were asking us if they could do it in 2 years. It's a lot of work. I think we're shooting for 3 years, but we may try to do this a little bit sooner just because in our community, word of mouth and the reputation really matters, and we know that. And we want to build up a sense of trust with this event and keep it going, and so to build on that energy. So if we can do it in 2, we will. And Cumberland is more than willing to host. So
it was a great location. I mean, the way the school is laid out and the way the RAM people utilize the space, it was absolutely perfect.
That's great. That is great.
And then to have, of course, the support of the superintendent was wonderful. And just all the volunteers that came, all the people that came. I mean, it really was just a wonderful event to see and watch unfold and see the benefits. And I think Dr. Almond has some figures on the return on investment, basically, for the money that was donated.
Yeah. So really, we did a quick calculation. So we provided $221,000 in services. We raised close to $39,000 in the community. We actually only spent a little less than half of that, actually, because we had so many donations from our local groups. They provided all the little supplies that we needed, utensils, cups, etc. snacks, and people also offered their services at reduced costs for us. And so we're going into this with the benefit of having money in the bank to be able to do this again. But for every dollar that was donated, we got $13 back in investment in this community.
That is incredible.
Yeah, it's really incredible. You don't see that kind of growth in almost anything. So it really was something that was well worth the investment by this community, and this community should be very, very proud of everything that was done to pull this together. It was not just Justine, myself, Kim Little, Melissa Arthur. There were 5 of us that were kind of at the table. Amy Beatson. But it was really a community led event.
Yeah,
it was very interesting to me too. I thought this was one of the neatest groups I've worked with. Everyone took their assignment and just went and did it.
Yeah.
Everyone did their piece. So I really didn't know what was going on with some of the other pieces for a lot of the time frame as we worked on this over the last year. But everyone did their piece, and it all came together perfectly. And I think that speaks again to the RAM organization, because they give you a framework to do everything. And that's also why we thought we needed to raise over $36,000, because they gave us that figure and said that's how much you'll need to run this. But again, we had a lot of in-kind donations, and so it cut way back on what we had to actually spend. So that's going to give us, I think, another head start on doing the event again, which is why we might be edging closer to 2 years instead of 3 years to do it again.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think, one more time, I think an opportunity to thank all of the sponsors that did contribute to this wonderful event. But Centra, of course, was our big sponsor for the event. And then we had PSR, Longwood University, Southside Virginia Community College, the Rotary Club of Blackstone, and the Rotary Club of Farmville, Ellery Sedgwick, Sue Carter, Rock River Homes, Donna and John Van Cleve, and then the counties of Buckingham, Cumberland, Charlotte, Nottoway, and Amelia. And I'm pretty sure I might have left another person too off. Spring Hill Empowerment Center of Virginia, Sue Carter, and the Prince Edward, let's see, I said Rotary Club. So I think I've got just about everybody there. And then we had a lot of donations received from Lowe's in Farmville, the Walmart in Farmville, Food Lion, from John's Memorial, from the Prince Edward Culinary Arts class, Grateful Fed Catering, the Fish and Pig, Cumberland Pharmacy, Sharon Parsons Foundation Campground, New Life Church, Joan Blanton, Cumberland Culinary Arts class. They did a lot of the food prep for us for the meals for all our volunteers. Sweet Ease Pastries, Spoonful of Buttercream Bakery, Longwood Print Shop, Dottie Farner, Cumberland County Public Schools, obviously, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and Delta Dental of Virginia Foundation, Libby Blanton, Prince Edward's Kids, Faces Food Pantry, Danny Fole and Heidi Blanton Fole, and Odessa Pride, Patty Cooper Jones, and Charlotte Knott.
Oh, wow.
And so it's a long list, but I feel like everybody deserves that recognition
for
jumping in there and helping with an event that was never done before and
it
so
was a
successful.
long list because we had so many people interested in helping out in any way they could, and we really tried to make that make this community affair truly, truly remarkable to see in action.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think you guys did an amazing job at that, and I can't wait for next time around. I think having that word of mouth is really important in Farmville, and definitely, just looking forward to next year's or in 2 years from now.
Maybe we could get y'all out for a remote.
Oh, maybe. That'd be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that would be exciting.
No, it's funny. We ask it. So one of the questions they do ask of everyone that's there is, how did you learn about this event?
Sure.
And hands down, it was word of mouth.
Yeah.
Second was social media.
Yeah.
But really it was people telling other people about this event. And you saw this, as Justine was saying, in the flow and the ebb. And it really
they
was.
whipped their phones out. You could see them after they actually found out they were getting something. Next thing you know, they're on the phone. They're calling family and friends saying, hey, you need to get down here.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Yeah.
Incredible.
But when we also looked at the numbers and you might think, well, who are we seeing? Were these people who are our neighbors? And indeed, by and large, it was about 90% that resided
in our area.
within our area, within 50 miles of the event. which is exactly when we see only one person had been to a RAM event before. So these are also people who are just being served by this RAM event for the very first time. And I think, as Justine said, the energy will build and we'll be able to do this again. It is not, meant to replace healthcare.
Of course.
But there are gaps, and we have to acknowledge that. And particularly on the dental side, I would say it's so hard to find insurance that will cover all of that. We don't have enough dentists, we don't have enough hygienists, we don't have enough dental assistants, and being able to walk in and get 154 extractions, which people needed, to get 68 fillings, to get over almost 90 cleanings done. That's incredible.
It is.
And that's a lot of work, too,
Absolutely.
that was put in by many of our dentists that weekend. So.
And I think we've been talking about things and thinking about, what we would do next time. And something that occurred with me, I was at drill weekend before this last and talking to a couple of fellow soldiers there, and they suggested that in my unit's a medical unit, and so they said, wait, why don't you get us to come down and help provide some of the medical care, because we of course have dentists and doctors and all of those different things. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to maybe mix that in with we needed a few more doctors. I think it would have helped, especially on Sunday when we got hit with the rush. And next time we do the event, hopefully we'll have a lot more people, so we'll need more doctors at that point. Yeah,
absolutely. Did any of the patients have like a recurring question or just like a comment? Was there something like a noteworthy that you guys both and sorry to put you on the spot, by the way, too. But like, I don't know if there was something that, people may have.
Just, several I talked to had not seen a doctor. They couldn't afford to go. They didn't have insurance. Couldn't afford a pair of glasses for sure. $500 or minimum probably for glasses today, I think. Yeah. Well, maybe $350. I don't know. Maybe you can go get them someplace. But that's what I heard repeatedly was they just couldn't take care of themselves because they couldn't afford the expense.
Yeah. I mean, the first car in the parking lot at 5 o'clock on Friday. So waiting there
very
overnight
early.
were two women from Farmville, and somebody had handed them a flyer, and they knew to be there early, and they were ready and smiling, excited about the choices and the options, and they were debating between themselves whether they needed glasses more or dental, because you could get one or the other. And we kind of saw that repeatedly over the weekend. It's just people would walk in a little bit nervous, and then just burst into smiles at seeing this operation unfold. Wait, I can get glasses? Oh, I can get my hearing checked? And there's a mammogram van? I mean, it just felt like Christmas. Like they could get all of these services at once on that day and be well served.
They could come back the next day,
and
too,
they could come
if
back,
they couldn't get something done.
Yes. So, if you got dental one day, you could come back the next day and get vision done.
Okay.
So... it was great to see, and truly, of the 400 volunteers, most of them were college students who had come in excited to serve our community, and that was reinvigorating for me to know that the next generation is truly interested in helping us out and being of service to our community.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, guys, that's a lot. That's very good, though. I'm glad everything went well with the whole RAM clinic. Looking forward to the next time you guys do it. I think it will be great. And was there anything else that you wanted to add about how it went, or looking forward to next time? Obviously,
yes.
We are looking forward to next time.
Would you have it at the school as well again? Would you use the same location? You think?
We would probably use the same location to kind of reinforce the place and the rhythm of it and this consistency. And we know exactly the flow of this. But I will tell you, as many know, Chip Jones is moving from Cumberland Public Schools to Prince Edward, and he's hinted that there was a new leadership in Prince Edward that would be more than welcome to provide any services possible. So, we may be seeing a smaller clinic, maybe down in Charlotte, or other things at dental only. So there are things that we can do between years too, as we get this established, and we see the need. So
Gotcha. I did have one quick question about the RAM clinic. So, like, if let's say you get a dental cleaning, and do they take X-rays? I'm sure they. Okay.
they do. Yeah,
So,
they have portable X-rays on site.
now, if you were to go to a dentist, let's say, like in a few months after that, would they still have the records from that cleaning? They transfer over the records.
Yes,
to
they
your...
have the records. You would have to ask RAM
Sure,
for them, just
to
like any
release
health
them.
entity. But
Okay.
yes, they keep records on all of their clients, just like you would any clinic. So.
Okay, sure. All right, excellent. Well, guys, thank you for putting on the event. Obviously it was a community effort, but I mean, you guys definitely did take, a lot of a chunk of the effort of getting it involved, making it happen, and we just want to thank you for doing that, and appreciate your time. And thanks for coming in today and letting us know how it went.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem.
Always happy to offer care in this community.
Of course. All right. Well, we're going to jump to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the weather forecast after this.
Having a birthday today on the 12th as well. Let's see, we have a anniversary here. For Monday, May 12th, we've got a 7th anniversary for Tammy Hines and Donnie Garrett of Rice. And also a 2nd anniversary for Scott and Martha Sue Harwood of Farmville. All that happening today on Monday, May 12th.
Wow. All right. Oh,
I don't think I skipped anything.
that's very good. Why don't you tell people how they can get the birthdays to us?
Well, you can tie a note to a rock and throw it at Noah, or you can send the names, birthdays, anniversaries to birthdays@wflo.net.
And I would like to also mention that you can throw it through your car windshield.
Right. 434-394-0924.
Yeah, that
your
number
car, but it would fit your car better
No, I mean,
because your car looks like it's had some rocks on it.
sure. Yeah. No, it has.
It has, really?
Yeah,
Who
John.
threw rocks at you?
They were trying to get birthdays to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was your
All right.
fan club. or
No,
something.
no. All right. Well, John, thanks for that. Appreciate
welcome.
ya. And for the right legal advice, visit Terry Atkins, Wilson PC, in Main Street, Farmville. That's going to wrap it up for the birthday calendar and the weather forecast. We're back into the studio now. 8:35 is your time on this Monday, May 12th. John, let me ask you. You went to see Kelly Clarkson at Atlantic City. How the heck did that go?
Well, it was a nice leisurely drive up to Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Is that sarcasm?
Well, I've never driven that far
Ever?
anywhere before. Not on my own, no. I mean, meaning me
Sure,
doing
sure,
all
sure,
the
sure.
driving.
Yeah.
No, I've never.
So let me guess. It wasn't leisurely.
Not at times.
Yeah.
And
Did it
they
get
have
heated?
toll booths like I've never seen before in my entire
Oh, that's why
life.
you have an Easy Pass. You just put the Easy Pass on your
I don't
windshield.
have an Easy Pass though.
You
So
get
it
an
wasn't-
Easy Pass.
it
It's
wasn't-
free. Like an Easy Pass is free. It's like
it's not free. You got to pay for it.
to get an Easy Pass. It's free. You put money on the Easy Pass, and every time you go through the toll booth, it charges the money that you put on the Easy Pass. But getting the actual Easy Pass is free.
Right. Well, before we saw Kelly Clarkson, we saw another attraction. Have you ever heard of Lucy the Elephant?
No.
It's a National Historical Landmark built in varying years. I thought it was 1881, but I've also seen 1882.
Did you see this in Atlantic
Yes.
City?
Yes. Well, actually, it was in Margate City.
Yeah.
Is that it? New Jersey. And it was, like I said, built 1881, 1882. I've seen various dates by a James V. Lafferty. And basically, the purpose was it was like a promotional thing. He was like a real estate guy, and he was trying to pick up real estate sales and also attracting tourists. But yeah, mostly it's made out of wood. It's been covered in various things over the years, tinfoil. But I found this out. Just because something is a National Historical Park doesn't mean it can't be taken down or condemned and
True.
all these other things. And that has been. And they have done their best to keep it an attraction to where people can come and see it. So we saw Lucy the Elephant first, me and Mandy.
Wow. And how was it?
It was cool. It's neat to see historical, things like that and realize it's been around for as long as it has been. And we were told it was, at one point, I think it was a doctor or somebody in his family had rented out the space in the elephant to live. It's like 6 stories, supposedly 6 stories high.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
But yeah, we did see Kelly Clarkson at the Hard Rock, and that was Atlantic City. And
Yeah.
she puts on a good show. I didn't realize she's not really touring all that much. She has that TV show now, so I think she dedicates most of her time to that. But she'll do shows
Here and there, yeah.
But her voice is still strong, and she put on a
Still
good
got those
performance.
good pipes.
We play a lot of her music, so I've recognized a lot of the tunes.
Sure.
So yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: you went to Jersey. Did you listen to my advice and visit my cousin Freddie, who owns Nino's?
No, never got.
Never went to Nino's.
No,
Best
never went
pie
to
around.
Nino.
Come on, John.
Sorry. Maybe
Yeah.
next time.
It's a great spot. It's a great pizza spot. They have
sure it
amazing
is.
calzones and everything.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, he could have hooked you up with a pie, John.
Well, we were
But-
too busy seeing Lucy the elephant. But that wasn't the end, So we, after that we left on Saturday, and then we went to Hopewell to see Elvis impersonator.
Ah, yeah. I wonder whose idea that was.
Wasn't my idea, but Mandy did it for me. She got the tickets so we could go see it, and that was at the Beacon Theater over there in Hopewell. They have a lot of acts that are like either tribute acts and/or. Do we have a phone call?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I just see the line flashing.
Oh,
over
I see. Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway,
let's go see. Yeah.
No, you-
Maybe we do have a phone call.
Okay, go ahead.
We had to block the line where this thing was flashing like Christmas morning. This light right here.
You're blocking lines now?
I had to block the line during the interview, John, because
You don't have to block the line.
No, I do. I did.
Oh.
I did done it. I did do it,
Okay.
and it happened. So call in 434-394. Sorry. 434-394.
It's right there in front of you.
All right. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. Appreciate it, man. All right.
Does no one know what he's doing at all? Does he have any clue as to what he's doing?
The answer you seek is yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Obviously predictable having an off day. All right.
Obviously, right?
Obviously so.
Yeah.
But so his name was Doug Church, and he does a good Elvis.
Yep. Did you get inspired from him? Did you want to maybe do an Elvis?
Oh, hold on. Yeah.
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 Well, John, remember that time I tried to get you to dress up as Elvis Presley for Heart of
Yes.
Virginia?
Yes, I do remember.
And you really were against the idea.
Yes, I was.
But I think everybody
am.
would enjoy that.
They would, but
You know.
I wouldn't, and that's what's important in my life.
You wouldn't enjoy that? Why wouldn't you enjoy that? You love Elvis. I mean, you love
Yeah, but
Elvis
I'm
so
not-
much. Wouldn't
but I'm not Elvis.
Wouldn't impersonating him like be an honor or something?
No, in my case, it would be a joke, and I don't want to make it a joke.
Yeah.
So
You think it's taking the Elvis thing lightly, right? Like
no, I
playing
think I just don't think I represent Elvis very well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would prefer someone that looks more like Elvis
To do Elvis.
to do Elvis. Yes.
Yeah. And you don't think you look like Elvis?
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if Elvis was severely beaten with an ugly stick, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, no.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
But anyway, so that's a nice. So usually you ask about what I've done over the weekend. Well, I actually had an answer for you.
All right. Well, that's surprising. Well,
Yeah.
You got to take this phone call, and we'll say, good morning. You're on the Call Flo Show.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Glad to hear John had an exciting weekend.
Yeah.
John,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not 100% positive, but I believe on my calendar at home, the Harwood's anniversary is tomorrow rather than today.
Well, the way it was printed out was confusing to me because it's right up under Monday, May 12th. It doesn't have a date for their anniversary, so I just assumed because it was under the May 12th that it was today as well. There's no date next to it the way it was printed out. It just says second anniversary for Scott and Martha Sue Harwood. I'll put a date of it as for tomorrow. That way we'll know to say
I
it tomorrow.
believe that's correct. I don't
Okay.
have it on my calendar where I am right now.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I'll read it verbatim, and if I don't see anything that tells me any different, I just assume, and I know what happens when I do that.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was doing it on my cell phone, and sometimes that
Oh,
comes
that's
out
okay.
a little different.
Don't worry about it. We'll make the proper corrections.
Okay. And I will check my calendar at home when I get home and find out
Okay.
if I was correct.
All right.
But anyway, I think those two anniversaries were on separate days. Anyhow, Noah,
Yes.
I was thinking about you the other evening, and y'all were talking about little blurbs for people, slogans like Jammin' John and all.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, for music and more, tune in to Noah.
Music and more. Tune into Noah.
Music and nonsense turn into Noah.
Well, okay. All right. There you go. Yeah. Bet you didn't know Noah.
Yeah, I still like that.
Anyhow, in my head, I did a whole little poem and never wrote down any of it. So, but that was what just popped into my mind.
Thank you. Thank you, Betty. I appreciate that. I need all the help that I can get working on this. John has it easy because John rhymes with like anything. Jammin' John.
Junkin' John.
Jumpin' John.
Junkin'
John.
Yeah, I've been called that before.
Well, that's not actually a rhyme, but yeah.
Sure, yeah, well,
I was trying to do a rhyme for you.
Sure, thank you. I appreciate that.
And when more, I thought, well, that includes interviews and health news that goes on and on and all kinds of things. So
sure.
Anyway,
well,
just thought I'd throw that out there.
I'm going to go ahead and digest that, and I'll see what comes out the other end.
That doesn't sound right.
I am so sorry.
No. I mean that in a good way. I'll think about. I mean, it was me joking, but I will think about.
Noah can't joke.
No, John. That's not.
He thinks he's a comedian.
Well, anyway, I'm probably infringing on Henry time, so.
He may be trying to get in. I don't know.
Yep.
You never know with Henry.
And I'll just make light mention. Thanks very much to the town of Farmville for cleanup day today.
There you go.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Betty.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Oh,
how about No More Noah?
No more Noah. I bet you would like that.
Yeah. That way it rhymes.
Namora.
No More Noah.
Yeah.
That's Amora Noah.
Yeah. That's a good one, John. Yeah. That's a good one.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. I really don't do the radio names thing. I don't get it. Why is it necessary to have like a catchy DJ name?
That's not. You just go through life and be boring.
Okay, yeah.
Just be blah.
Yeah. I think
some
Noah
people want to
brings
be a
enough...
raspberry sundae, and some people just want to be a vanilla.
Yeah.
And you are obviously that.
And you're obviously a raspberry sundae?
Yes.
Okay.
Big time.
All right.
Nah, actually, I don't.
Okay.
Not a raspberry.
Sure.
No.
So I'm glad you enjoyed Kelly Clarkson. I know you're a huge fan of hers.
I recognized her songs at least. It wasn't like, what's this?
Yeah. So you don't like new music? You don't like listening to new music at all?
I didn't say at all. But more often than not, it doesn't really
connect with you.
No, not really.
Why do you think that is, Joan?
Probably my age.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Henry.
You guys doing okay?
Doing well.
Yes, sir. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Good.
You've had a busy morning, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's easy to buy turtle wax at paint stores or hardware stores, but it's very difficult to find a turtle who wants a wax job. I've seen many turtles. And, I used to be a fast runner before the polio at age 12. In fact, I was so fast that on sunny days, when I ran, my shadow was about 10 yards behind me. That's pretty swift.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I knew a guy had a horse, but the horse was so slow, his tracks were way out in front of him. So the horse could not keep up with his own tracks.
Sounds like it. Yeah,
that's weird, isn't it?
It is. It could be a problem.
Yeah. I guess you heard about the guy who was allergic to bee stings. So a bumblebee turned him into a used to be.
Used to be.
Yeah, he was involved in a sting operation, I
Ooh,
think.
there you go.
Yeah,
Sticky situation.
yeah. Little boy octopus told the girl octopus, "Give me a hand with this." She says, "You got 9 hands already. Use one of them."
Okay.
So I don't know if he did or not.
Right.
He probably gave her a big hand.
I would hope so.
Yeah. His pencil could be lead, but not him.
Right.
Excuse me. I'm gonna try to share something that has kind of bothered me for about 70 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna change diapers. No, that's not. After 70 years, one of the things that really has bothered me, and I've never shared this publicly. It happened in, I believe it was 1961. I got a call from Mr. Raymond Thacker, who was the mayor of Scottsville. And he told me they were going to have a big town-wide 4th of July celebration, and they wanted me to be their grand marshal and ride in their parade on July the 4th. Well, it scared me to death because I had no idea at that point in my life what a grand marshal was supposed to do, or, just how complicated it was and how dumb I was. So I told him I'd call him back the next day. And then I called Joyce and our friends Charlie and Virginia Rosser and talked them into going to see the Grand Ole Opry that same weekend of the parade. So I called Mr. Thacker back and told him that we'd be in Nashville that entire week. Shame on me, but I didn't know what a Grand Marshal really meant.
Right.
Nor what I was, what I would have supposed to have done. But that's one of those things that I wish I could do over again.
Right.
But I never forgot that Scottsville was the first place that ever asked me to be a part of a parade or be a grand marshal. And I just want to pass it and say, I'm sorry I didn't. It was a high honor, but I didn't. I was afraid. I was a country boy. Yeah. And I didn't know anything about parades and being the Grand Marshal. I had no idea.
Right. Well, first time,
it scared me.
Yeah, well, I just want you to know, Henry, that my dad said when he got asked to do that sort of thing, announce like the floats and whatever in a parade.
Yeah.
He said he copied you. He liked the way you did it, so he always thought a lot of you and the way you did in any emceeing of parades or anything like that.
Well, let me share this about your dad. I don't know if I've ever told you. And I know I haven't told you publicly.
Right.
Your dad, we had some kind of a meeting. And your dad did a little puppet thing.
Oh, yeah, the ventriloquist, yep. He told me about this.
Did I?
Not you, but he did.
Yeah, oh, he did, yes. Yeah. Well, anyway, after that, I gave him 4 or 5 ideas of things he could do.
Right.
And he used those in his skits. So I was honored and humbled.
Right.
That he chose to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he thought a lot of you, Henry. I mean, he still does. He talks about you.
Well, probably a lot of people talk about me, but...
Well, in a flattering way, I mean.
Oh, okay.
The good way.
Yeah, well, he's a great guy, and I pray everything is going very well with him.
Thank you.
And I know as we get older, things happen, and
yeah,
but That's part of living.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It's a part of living. I like the guy. He ate leftovers, but never any right-overs. I never could figure that out. Why not eat some right-overs?
Yeah, I guess they just don't exist.
Yeah, one-armed man said, I caught a fish this long, and he held one hand up. Yeah, and there was a pilot flying the plane, had a bunch of people on it, and they had the plane motor cut off, and the pilot came out and announced to the passengers he had put his parachute on, and he came out and he said, y'all just relax now, I'm going for help. And with that, he jumped out of the plane with the parachute.
Yeah, there you go.
I know one thing that happened years ago was kind of interesting. There was a truckload of wigs wrecked out near Dowdy's Corner, and they spent a half a day out there combing the area.
Mm-hmm.
And you do know why they named the rooster Robinson?
Why is that?
Because he Crusoe. Yep. Then there was a terrapin who attacked a snail, and the police asked a snail to describe his attacker, the terrapin.
Mm-hmm.
And the snail said, it happened so fast I couldn't get a good look at him. Yeah. And they said, when did that happen? He said, well, it happened when I was visiting the Mojave Desert.
There you go.
And they said, no, it's not Mojave. In that tongue, it's an Indian word, and the J is pronounced as an H.
Mm-hmm.
When were you out there? And he said, last Hoon and Hula.
There you go.
Yep. Then these folks were out on a boat, and they lost the boat motor. This couple lost the boat motor, so he paddled her back. I don't know if it did any harm, but anyway, he paddled her back.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably didn't get very far that way, but yeah.
Do you know where they get dragon milk from?
Dragon milk, no.
Yeah. Short-legged cows. That's her bag,
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody told me the other day, said, you look more like me than I do.
That's a good one.
Yeah, there was a sign in the hallway one day. I was visiting somebody at the hospital.
Right.
And there was a sign. Sometimes you obey the sign, you get in trouble. The sign right out in the middle of the hallway said, wet floor. Well, I didn't really want to, but you're supposed to obey the sign, so
yeah.
I wet the floor. Anyway, I guess y'all are fed up.
Well, we love hearing from you, Henry.
Thank you so much. I hope to have another story tomorrow.
All right.
Okay, thank y'all. And if anybody wants to talk to me, have prayer with me or whatever, you can call me at 414-0096. That's 414-0096. And I have it's a 434 number area.
Right.
So I'd love to talk with you. And keep me in your prayers.
Will do,
if
Henry.
you would.
All right.
folks. I appreciate it.
Thank
and
you,
I
Henry.
can tell if you do or not.
Right.
Yep. You take care, and God
You too.
bless you, and hope to talk to you tomorrow.
Bless you, Henry.
Thanks for calling in,
Thank
Henry.
you.
Appreciate you. All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
That was
Bye-bye.
Henry Fulcher, the one and only John.
Yes.
One and only Henry Fulcher. Your time right now, it is 8:58, and you can call in at 434-394-0924. That's the number to call in to the Call Flo Radio Show. John, how you doing? How's it going? Top of the morning to
We
you.
got all of less than 2
We
minutes
got,
left. So tell us about your weekend.
My weekend was fine. I did work. I worked actually this weekend quite a
Work
bit.
as far as
Work, John.
did you
Work
do
is
like
work.
a show or what did
You know, Saturday, me and Katie went out to Richmond. I had a really nice time. We've been needing to get out of the house and kind of move around, so we had a really good time. We had some nice dinner. It was a pleasant time. Friday, I was running around like crazy, and then Sunday was my only.
Did you celebrate Mother's Day with your mom?
That is also, I'm considering that work as well.
You work.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I did celebrate Mother's Day.
Well, I'm sure she considered
parents-
it work taking care of you.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. So there you go. There you go.
Oh, how was Friday out here?
It was
Yeah, that's about what I figured.
yeah, that's yeah. You know, I was here Friday, and people they just were they were kind of like pretty much yeah. Friday was it was good. We got it done, and that's the important thing.
Well, you got
a
through
couple of jump ropes that we had to hop through. I had to hop through.
You'll have to tell me about it later.
I'm sure you've already heard, John.
I
I'm sure
haven't.
you've heard it all.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Well, John, we do have to get going.
All
So
right.
we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
You have a good day.
You too.
Everybody, take it easy and stay safe out there. Goodbye.
WFLO AM in Farmville.